Sweden didn't fight in either of the world wars of the 20th century. The country managed to stay away from armed conflicts thanks to its long-lasting policy of neutrality, backed by a strong military. In order for things to stay that way, the Swedish both bought combat vehicles designed elsewhere and developed their own. Today we're going to talk specifically about the most extraordinary aircraft made in Sweden, from the lightning-quick Draken to the unusual-looking A-21. Coincidentally, the Saab 35 Draken is the first record holder on our list. The J-35D is a supersonic jet that can fly at more than 2,000 kilometers per hour, and it was the first Western European combat aircraft with true supersonic capability to enter service. Moreover, thanks to its signature double delta wings, it's also known for its excellent maneuverability, being the first known aircraft to perform the iconic Cobra maneuver. All in all, the Draken is just as dangerous as it is beautiful. This bird is a vicious fighter, always ready to engage Rank 7 aircraft. At the same time, if we talk specifically about guns and not missiles, then the Draken is overshadowed by one of its predecessors. Check this out. The 4 M55 autocannons of the Lansen fighter give a total 1-second burst mass of almost 24 kilograms. Just to put that into perspective, that's almost on the level of the legendary A-10, with all of its overwhelming firepower, and let us remind you that the A-10 was designed to destroy tanks. Finally, the Swedish plane with the biggest bomb load is the B-18B, a piston-engined bomber that can carry almost 2,000 kilograms of rockets and bombs. If we talk about jets, then the closest thing that comes to mind is the AJ-37 Viggen, which isn't even a bomber. Technically, that's a strike fighter that can attack ground targets with up to 16 120-kilogram bombs. Essentially, Sweden doesn't employ a single jet bomber developed in Sweden, and that's very understandable given the specifics of the national military doctrine that favors strike aircraft. But we've talked way too much about jets and not enough about piston-engined aircraft. That's just not right. So here's the fastest Swedish piston-engined plane, the J-21 fighter, capable of reaching a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. This low-wing monoplane aircraft fitted with a pusher engine is easily one of the most unusual fighters out there. There aren't really any other piston-engined fighters like that. Furthermore, it's also famous for being the piston-engined fighter that was later converted to jet propulsion. It wasn't the most effective conversion, but it's interesting to talk about nevertheless. There are two more aircraft that we simply have to mention due to a very special feature that they have. The SK-60 and the Saab 37 Viggen both incorporate a thrust reverser. And no, it's not for taking off in reverse. In fact, it's a very effective tool for decelerating an aircraft, especially after landing. The Viggen, the Draken, the J-21, and other aircraft on our list are all a very important part of the Swedish Air Force's tech tree. Due to the political background of the country, the Swedish Air Forces employ a lot of unique vehicles that are rarely used in actual combat. In War Thunder, though, they're there for you, and you can test these combat vehicles as much as you want. By the way, are there any Swedish planes that you particularly like? Tell us in the comments below.